guys, Phil here at Woods Tree Farm. Thanks for checking us out today. I figured it's been a little while since I talked about this Artillian Modular Grapple and fork system, so I should do a little video on that because I hadn't even shown you guys yet that I got pallet forks. And I am finding that pallet forks are incredibly useful, like you just saw. I took down that hickory, which was about 12-13 inches at the base, cut it up into 3 big pieces, put it on the pallet forks, and hauled it down here to where I cut everything into firewood and add it to my wood pile, which is just off to my left over here. So anyway, this system here, I'm going to give you a few facts and figures about it, and then I'm going to show you how easy it is to switch over to the grapple system, and then I'm going to go pick up those branches up the top of the hill. So follow along today. Let's have a little fun. Here we go. So this Artillian system is made specifically for subcompact and compact tractors, and if you have a machine that's bigger than mine, you're probably not looking at this system. For the bulk of us small landowners and small farm owners, we're using compact tractors or subcompact tractors, so this system, like I mentioned, is specifically designed for us. I'm going to go ahead, I actually have a tape measure here because some of these things I'm not entirely sure of. One of those questions being, exactly how wide is this thing? I'm going to do that here right now. We are sitting at 48 inches wide, and this pallet rack base here sits at about 16 inches tall. So 16 by 48 is where it sits. Obviously it attaches with the quick attach system. They also make these for John Deere, so if you have the John Deere quick attach, you can get different base for it and get the same modular pieces that go on the pallet frame. You can also get different sizes and specs of pallet forks. The ones that I have here, I believe, are 42s. Let's double check that. Yes, 42 from the tip to the corner there. And this system is rated at 3,000 pounds. At least I know the frame is. The forks I'll have to double check, but I think it's about the same. Even if it's half of that, it's more than this loader is capable of lifting, so it doesn't really matter all that much. But point being, these things are built and rated at a capacity that's much higher than pretty much every subcompact and compact tractor on the market. A couple things I like about this, though I haven't actually used it yet. We've got a receiver hitch right in the middle of that pallet fork frame, so if I want to hook up my little utility trailer or hook up the log splitter and drag it around the property, that's going to make that nice and convenient and easy. The only thing about that, though, you could view this as a disadvantage if you want, but I would obviously have to unhook the forks or the grapple if I have those on there in order to do that. Not the end of the world. It's pretty easy. I'm going to show you how to do it here in a minute. But the other thing that I like, and I don't know if all pallet fork systems are like this or not, but there's a special coating on the surface of this bar. It's a graphite coating, and it makes sliding the fork attachment or the different components of the grapple, makes it easier to slide those along this frame to position them where you need them to be. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know if all of the different systems out there have that or not, but that is definitely a feature. And if you look around on this pallet fork frame, they have taken measures to conserve weight. So you can look at that frame there with all those different cutouts. Those cutouts are there to lower the weight. That pallet fork frame itself is just 100 pounds. And then I'll talk about the grapple a little bit in a second, because everyone says you want to have a lightweight grapple in order to maximize the lift capacity of your machine, especially these smaller tractors. And they have definitely taken measures to do that, and this is among the lightest grapples on the market. We're going to go ahead and remove these forks now, and all I got to do is turn that, or lift that locking pin and turn it to keep it in the up position, and then I'm going to slide these forks over, which I need 2 hands to do, and I'm going to slide them over so they line up with that little cutout right there. And as soon as they're in that position, I can either lift them off by hand, or I can just fire up the tractor and manipulate the loader to remove those forks. I did this the other day. It was slightly easier the other day than it was today. We got rain and we got snow. I don't know, maybe there's a little bit of corrosion in here that made that stick a little bit as I slid it, but you know, wasn't that hard. Once it's in that gap, you can just go ahead and pick it up. Now, if you have a solid surface or flat surface to knock these off, you can just tilt the loader down just like you would with a quick attach on your bucket or anything else. And once you tilt the loader down, these will be free from that little cutout right there, and then you can just pull out the loader that way. My ground is not level here, so I can't do that easily. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, welcome. Thanks for joining. We're now over 5,000 subscribers, which is super exciting. And thank you to everybody who has supported us up to this point, getting us to this milestone of 5,000. We now have a Facebook group just for you guys. It is called Woods Tree Farm Videos, and that's separate from our business page, which is really more for reaching our local customers. So if you already like us on the Woods Tree Farm Facebook page, consider checking us out on the Woods Tree Farm Videos Facebook page, where I'll be sharing more photos and videos and some other behind the scenes stuff that we do here at the farm. All right, now for the grapple sections, there's obviously 3 sections. They call these sections the rakes. This is obviously the grapple section with the piston here and the top jaw. And all I got to do is pick these up. These are only 40 pounds, so they're quite easy to manipulate. This is a little bit more. I think they spec this at 90 pounds, but still not too much to pick up. I'm sure if I had a nice level surface, I could just drive right up to these, hook right up under here, and then get them all hooked up into place once I do that. But these little keys, which I've shown before, you should flip up, and once they're flipped up, you can put this on the tractor. You do the middle one first. Actually got this too low. So if you notice when I pick that up, this is not hooked up where it needs to be. You just have to slide each section over into one of these cutouts, let it drop down, and once it does that, there it goes. Then it goes down in place. Then you just slide it back over where you want it. That's where I want it. And these little locking keys, they're pretty straightforward. I know I showed this before, but there's a hole on the rake, and that just needs to line up with these little grooves on the pallet fork frame. And it goes on like that. And make sure we do this one as well. And hook up the hydraulics, and we're ready to go. So with everything hooked up here, this is still less than 300 pounds. You've got the 90-pound middle section, 2 40-pound rakes on the outside, and then the pallet fork frame at 100. So we've got 100 plus 170, and that should be 270 pounds, right? And, you know, like I said, it's one of the lightest on the market. Now it is just 48 inches wide. There are others out there like the Everything Attachments that is, I think 255 pounds for a 55 inch. I haven't done anything yet with this and with my tractor where I felt like I needed that extra width. Feels like there's plenty of stability with the 48 inches that I have, and not having that extra width actually gives me a little bit more maneuverability when I'm in a tight space because I don't have an extra several inches sticking out on each side of the grapple. So I do like that, and I also like having the ability to quickly take this off and change it over. And the other thing that I'm thinking about, which I haven't tried yet, I'll probably do in another video, I could probably take these outer rake sections off and put the forks on and then use fork and grapple. I haven't seen that as a recommended configuration on the Artillian website, but I think I could probably do it. Here's a neat thing that I haven't done anything with yet. If you read that sticker there, there's 2 holes for the pivot point. Right now it's on the upper hole, which gives you the widest jaw, and there is a lower hole which gives you more clamping force. So that's pretty interesting. Well, the final thing I was going to show you is just how wide this opens, which has been pretty awesome, that I can go into huge piles of brush and just completely clamp down on a really big section. So I wasn't sure exactly what this spec is, so I figured I'd measure that for you as well. And we've got nearly, it's about 29 and a quarter inches to there, open all the way. So pretty wide opening. I have no idea how that compares to other grapples on the market, but I can tell you what I'm looking at here, it looks really big. And there have been a couple instances where I've really just gone into and clamped some really big piles of brush. Thanks for checking out the channel today. Thanks for checking out this Artillian grapple and fork setup. If you've got any questions, if there's any details about this grapple that you think I overlooked, let me know, and I will be sure to include that in a future video. That's going to be it for today, though. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.